Prediction, and Katie McFarland knows a thing or two about foreign policy, joins me now. All right, Katie, do you think the US and/or NATO ships should escort Ukrainian grain tankers to help alleviate the food shortage?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any country with a navy, frankly, should help escort those grain tankers as well as other kinds of foodstuff commodity carriers out of the Ukrainian ports. This is not just about Ukraine. This is about the world. And Ukraine doesn't just export wheat, for example. It exports sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is a major ingredient in fast foods. It's a major ingredient in vegetable oil. We are looking within a few months at a major food shortage. Probably not as much in the United States because we're very abundant with our farmlands and our agricultural industry, but around the world. It's going to hit the Middle East. It's going to hit Africa. There will be starvation. There will be mass exoduses. There will be refugees leaving these regions. So, yeah, I think we should escort them. I think other countries with a navy should escort them. And I wouldn't wait till the Russians start blockading ports. I'd start doing it now.
Would you say do it now, even though it may create a more intense situation with maybe US Navy ships going at it with Russian Navy ships? That is a possibility, isn't it?
But here, it's not just U.S. Navy ships. I would say, again, any country with a Navy who imports wheat and oils should be part of this flotilla, should be part of this convoy protection. Russia's not going to take on the entire world over this issue. And to do it, frankly, as a matter of deterrence. Now, are we going to risk being in the Black Sea where the Russians have said, no, this is ours, stay out? We've been in the Black Sea for years. So, no, I think that this is one place where, again, it's not just about Ukraine now. It's a humanitarian disaster that will be facing not just the region, not just Europe, but frankly, the whole world within 6 months.
Well, Katie, Joe Biden's Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, she says the administration could soon relax tariffs on Chinese goods to combat soaring inflation here at home. Should we be doing this right now? Does it send the right message to China?
It doesn't send the right message. It tells them, go ahead and take advantage of us. But it also isn't going to solve inflation. The only thing that's going to really take a dent out of inflation is if President Biden lifts or pauses or halts his war against American fossil fuels. That's what's driving inflation. It's gasoline prices. It's diesel oil prices. It's the fact that petroleum is used in everything from cosmetics to clothing. Stop that war on fossil fuels, on American fossil fuels. You'll fix inflation so fast, but yet they won't do it.
He won't do it because he can't do it because the climate crowd won't let him. That's where we are. I think we are paying the price for their green dreams. Last word to you.
Absolutely. That's why they're not going to have a job after November of 2022, and the Biden administration doesn't have a job after 2024. The American people are really mad,
yes.
And they're not going to let the American people be taken advantage of by a gang of zealots.
A gang of zealots. Oh. I knew I'd get to the good stuff. Katie McFarland, thank you very much indeed for being with us today. Open it up. Good stuff.
Thanks,
Now, we've got this new